I hope you all got the notes for the yesterday's class. Yes, did you all refer it? Okay. A little bit of homework I think I had given and asked you all to read something. I hope you all have read that. One chapter only, it was a small chapter. Something you may have understood, something would have like gone above your head, but that is still okay. I asked you all to bring the printout of the question bank. I hope you all got it. Yes, everyone. So from today onwards, what we will be doing is we'll keep our question paper also on the side. Okay, as I'll teach a topic, I'll tell you the page number, question number. We'll open it and we'll solve. So that individual, each one of you, you do the scribbling, you do marking, everything on your own question paper. Okay. So this will help you with the learning. If you're making any mistake, if you're understanding something, you want to write down any points, you can. Okay. You all must have got this strategy class ka PPT also had given. Did you all go through that? Okay. So how many of you have made written the notes that I gave yesterday? Wrote the notes. How many just took the printout? You had both the options. I had said, you can take the printout also, not an issue. You can write the notes also. How many did not do anything? Neither notes nor printout? Yes? Okay. You have to be frank. I'll not punish you for that. Okay. I'll punish you if you don't write the answer. Homework, if you do not write, then will be a punishment. Okay. If you do not answer me, then you will have punishment. Okay. And notes making has to be there. So yesterday you all read this chapter number 2, Origin and Evolution of the Earth. And yesterday we started with the first chapter, that is the solar system. By the way, online students, are you all there? Am I audible? Okay. So with respect to the universe, okay, we started this expanding state of this universe. There were other hypotheses also, but we mainly follow this Big Bang theory, this expanding state hypothesis. Okay. So with respect to this, now one person is going to answer. Sir, this side. Could you please tell me the chronology of the formation of the universe? Okay. But before that, some event happened, no? Big Bang. When? When? 13.7 billion years ago. 4.6 billion years ago, we had Earth formation. Chalo, continue, sir. Okay. When was the first star formed? After the Big Bang? 150 to 200 million years after the Big Bang. No problem. Good. Continue. Is that first star still alive? It is dead. Okay. Continue. Okay. Before the solar system ka planets. Okay. What was formed? Sun was formed. Na? When was it formed? 5.9 billion years ago. Okay. After that, planets 4.6 billion years ago. Yes or no? After that, moon when? 4.4 billion years ago. Through which event? Which event? Big splat event. Okay? And in order this solar or the sun formation is explained through which hypothesis? Nebular hypothesis. Yes or no? What is nebula? It is a cloud of gas and the dust. Mainly have which element? Hydrogen. Hydrogen fusion, say what happens? Helium form. This process is called nuclear fusion reaction. Fuse hua na, so there is nuclear fission reaction also. Nuclear fission is a different phenomena. Okay. So nuclear fission is a phenomena wherein nuclear bomb is being made, nuclear energy is being made. Okay. Nuclear fusion is a phenomena happening in the sun. From there, energy is being made. Have you heard of hydrogen bomb? Hydrogen bomb is also a nuclear fusion reaction. So with the nuclear fusion reaction, you can either create energy or you can create bomb. With the nuclear fission reaction, you can either create energy or you can create bomb. तो nuclear fission से we have bomb, ठीक है, USA have, India has, Russia has, China, Pakistan they have, and we are also making electricity, ठीक है. So this is more of well understood sector. Nuclear fusion reaction, we have first made the bomb. Now we are in the process of making a energy. क्योंकि bomb में you don't need to control it, which is an easy process. Okay, just ignite, khatam. But in the electricity generation, there is a need to control it. Are you understanding this? Which is difficult task. So that is in process, and in future we may be able to generate electricity through nuclear fusion reaction also. I hope something is understood. Take care. China have been able to do it on the experimental basis, and there is an international thermoelectric nuclear reactor, ITER. It is an international organization where scientists from different countries of the world are members of that, and they are working upon it. Okay, collectively they all are working on this. Okay, and Indian scientists are also member of that, and you have 2 to 3 questions out of that topic, ITER. So that is a part of nuclear technology of science and technology. Okay, so you will do that. So I will keep on telling you, for example, we studied कि sun में nuclear fusion reaction happens, and I'm telling you the peripheral topics also. कि nuclear reaction is also part of your syllabus. So these peripheral topics, you should write it somewhere, so that not now, but when the respective subject will come, you should emphasize and study. Are you understanding this? Okay, I'm not a neta. Are you understanding this? That you listen to me and tomorrow you forget, and tomorrow and day after that I also forget what I had said 2 days ago. Okay, we are preparing for bureaucratic exam, and there is a lot of interlinking. So everything is a nuclear reaction. I will not teach you here, but you have to study nuclear technology in detail: nuclear material, nuclear reactors, nuclear bomb, nuclear electricity, nuclear organizations, international nuclear organizations, nuclear treaty, everything about nuclear. Are you understanding this? So there should be at least someone to tell you. You should write it somewhere in your rough notes, so that you refer it accordingly later on. Online students, I hope you all are also understanding the context. Okay. So with respect to Earth, there was evolution in the Earth. Earth was initially very cold. It was hot. Later on, it became hot. It became cold. Yes or no? Initially, it was hot. Then it became cold. And with this process, what happened? Yes, what happened? The material having different density, they started going downwards. Okay, denser material went down, lighter material started coming upwards. In that way, there were different layers inside the Earth, and even the gases were lighter enough. They also came outside the Earth through volcanic eruptions. They also came outside, and they formed the atmosphere of the Earth. After that, what happened? These gases condensed, then rainfall, precipitation, then ocean formation, and ocean mein first life came. Yes or no? Ocean mein first life came. So someone will tell me with respect to that, ma'am, tell me the evolution of life. Tell me the chronology. Evolution of life is studied, no? Life. Very good. After amphibian, reptiles came, mammals came, plants and all, birds and all, they all came. That chronology is there. Are you understanding this? Okay. Why did we solved one question along with this also, no? That living organisms were responsible for modification of the early atmosphere of the Earth. CO2 was very high, which is now very less. Oxygen was very less, which is now very high. Yes or no? We studied that? Yes. You were there, ma'am, yesterday? This is your first lecture today? Okay. Are you able to understand something? Okay. Irrespective of, in case, yeah, please continue. You can come anytime, no issues. Okay. So with respect to the notes, every day it will be like given immediately the way we started yesterday, and it is your duty that you should look into it, take the printout or write it, and keep it in a systematic way, because you should not come for the same subject lecture every time. This geography which is being taught right now, okay, finish the lecture part now itself. Notes, like broader notes, okay, should be done now itself. Reading of the NCERT should be done now itself. Enrichment will happen, in future. It will continue to happen. Even after the selection, you can enrich it further. Are you understanding this? But the broader framework should be done now. That is coming to the class, making the notes that I am giving, okay, and reading the NCERT. At least this much should be done. You will have confidence in that subject. Okay? Enrichment will continue to happen subsequently. Now, I had asked this question related to this evolution. If you can see here in this question, you have a topic, science and technology, in that you have biology, in that you have origin and evolution of life, and there are so many questions out of that. So I just gave a gist in yesterday's class how this origin or the evolution happened. That was just a gist. You're supposed to actually study in detail. Okay. You can see there are good number of questions. Okay, origin of the new species, factors responsible. You can see evolution of the organisms. Okay, then you can see the question is, in the evolution of organisms, you have to say the sequence. So we know the sequence: cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, amphibians, aquatic mammals, then amphibian, reptiles, and the terrestrial mammals. This logic you know. You just have to apply there. You will get that question. Don't need to solve now. Okay. Similar question. Are you understanding this? The logic will be same. Examples are there. Are you understanding this? Okay. So you can see there were 6 questions in the origin and evolution of living organism that should be dealt in detail in your science and technology. I hope you're getting these things. So whenever I will say this thing is there and it is to be taught in different subject, there you should make a note. Are you understanding this? Study it later on. Okay. Chalo, we'll proceed ahead. Okay. With respect to today's class, solar system, online students, I hope I'm audible to all of you. Okay. I would ask some questions from the NCERT also. In between, I'll keep asking. Don't worry. Let us proceed with the today's class. Okay. So with respect to the solar system, or any doubt from yesterday's class, first of all? Anyone? Any doubts? No doubts. Okay. I teach so nice. You don't have any doubts only? Okay. Chalo. So with respect to the solar system, so basically the chronology is such that this is the universe. Okay. Within the universe, there are several galaxies. Within the several galaxies, there is a Milky Way galaxy, and there is this solar system. Are you understanding this? So we are trying to elaborate this solar system. Okay. So solar is basically what? Sun. So sun ka name is solar or sol. Moon ka name is Luna. We have some planets, some moon, some asteroids. So solar system has everything. Okay? It has some moon, planet, asteroids, etc. And one star, that is the sun. So we have around 8 planets. So if you remember the sequence, okay, can you tell me? This is then, okay, Saturn, then Uranus and Neptune. Pluto, where is Pluto? It is not a planet anymore now, but earlier it was a planet. So there were some conditions or updations with respect to what is a planet, and the Pluto was not able to satisfy those conditions. It was removed. So we will see that conditions also. So this is a sequence. Now some fact-based question can be asked over here. Which is the planet closest to Sun? The furthest planet. Which is the furthest planet? Which is very far off. Okay, which is Neptune? Yes or no? This is the furthest planet. So these are planets. In between, there are some rocky material. There is a patch of this rocky material. The dust particles, these can be as small as few centimeter. It could be as big as few kilometer big also. These are rocks. This is asteroid, and this belt is known as asteroid belt. Similarly, there is one more belt beyond Neptune. Okay, beyond Neptune, and this belt is relatively bigger than asteroid belt. Okay, this is relatively far bigger. This is Kuiper belt. Understanding this? This is the Kuiper belt. There are some similarities, but there are some differences also. The asteroid belt has rocks. It has dust particles. On the other hand, you can just watch. Okay, I'll rather add more and give. Okay, so if you write only this much, you are actually learning less. I'll rather give more. Okay, peripheral things which I'm not writing, that you can write. Okay, Kuiper belt also has rocks. Okay, it also has dust particle. But since this is so very far from the sun is not able to reach over here. It is not very hot. Absolutely, it is very, very cold. So there is ice crystals also. So this is something which is addition to that of the asteroid belt. Understanding this? Okay. Now you told me that the planet closest to sun is Mercury. Can you tell me the planet closest to that of the Earth? Which planet is closest to Earth? Mars or Venus? Venus? Are you sure? How many says Venus? See, you have only two options. Either you are right or you are wrong. Okay, 3-4 students says. And Mars? How many says Mars? Okay. So we mainly hear about Mangalyaan. We hear about Mars orbital mission. Yes or no? Those things. And we, in that context, we believe that this would be relatively close by. So after moon, we have landed here, but that is not the case. Okay. We have landed over here. There is a reason. The reason is Venus, though it is close enough, it is very hot. Are you understanding this? It is the hottest planet. Okay. It is not the the furthest planet from that of the Earth. Actually, Venus is very, very close. Okay, Venus is the closest one in the context of the Earth distance, and second is the Mars. The third one is Mercury, and this is relatively the fourth. Okay, then the fifth, sixth, and the seventh. That sequence will follow. Okay, there could be confusion only here or not. There are two here and two here, so this is closest one. Has anyone seen any planet? You see moon, right? Have you seen any other planet? You have seen which planet? You have seen Mars through telescope. Okay, okay. Has acha, theek hai, fair and good. Anyone else? Any other planet? No. You have seen Venus. Early morning you have seen. Okay, so it came in the backyard of your house. No. Okay, you saw it with telescope directly. Okay, yes. So how come you were able to see Venus? You were able to see, there was two reasons. One is distance, it is close enough. And second is it glows. You say you saw it in the early morning or evening. Why not during the daytime? Why not during the night time? Why early morning and early evening? Because of sunlight. Okay, so there is a reason. Okay. I'll tell you now, this solar system is like quite scientific in nature, so we have to take it in a scientific way. Okay, so far from this itself there is few questions. Okay, that I'll tell you the question number, we'll solve. Okay, I'll give you time also. With respect to these planets within the asteroid belt is called as inner planets. Okay, they are also called as terrestrial planets. They are also called as rocky planets. On the other hand, these planets are called as, yes, they are the outer planets. Okay, they are also known as Jovian planets. They are also known as the gaseous planets. Are you understanding this? Okay, inner, outer, terrestrial, Jovian, rocky, gaseous. Okay, comparatively. Now, if you see comparatively through your observation, could you tell me which set of planets seems to be relatively bigger? These outer planets seems to be relatively bigger. Yes, they are big in size. Okay, they are relatively smaller. So if I start doing the comparison, they are relatively smaller in size. They are relatively bigger in size. Okay. Now, these planets, the inner planets, have relatively less gravity. The outer planets have relatively more gravity. So basically, try to understand this context now. Try to understand that there is a planet, or you consider Earth. We have gravity on the Earth, and because of that, everything is on the Earth. It's not running away. Yes or no? Consider the gravity of the Earth increases. What will be the effect? The Earth will trap more things around itself. It will attract more things around itself. The flying of the birds will become difficult. Running will become difficult. It means, simple words, motion will become difficult. Yes or no? Consider the other way. The gravity is less. What will happen in that case? What will happen is, it will not be able to hold a lot of things because it is rotating. No? So due to centrifugal force, things may be thrown away. Are you understanding this? So now the thing is, with respect to that of the outer planets, the outer planets are big in size. They are big in size because of more gravity. So as such, the planet is not big. The planet is small only. So how does it appear big? It is the atmosphere of the planet which is very, very thick. That collectively makes a planet. So the core, the main planet is this much only, and this much is the atmosphere. So if you see from far off, you will see that this planet appears very big. Are you understanding this? So this is big because of more gravity. Because of more gravity, it have hold its atmosphere very strongly. On the other hand, these planets are small enough because their atmosphere is very, very thin. Why the atmosphere is thin? Less gravity, less hold on their atmosphere, and some of their atmosphere have run away. Are you understanding this? Because of less gravity, some of the atmosphere was stripped away. Their atmosphere is still intact. Are you understanding this? Technicalities, are you understanding this? Okay. So if I am talking about the planets and the dwarf planets, so the question is, why it is called as the solar system? Why it is called as the solar system? Because why it is called as the sun ka system? Because if I am taking the whole of that of the solar system, the sun alone makes 99.8% mass of the entire solar system. And this entire thing is just 0.2% mass. Who is more dominant? Sun is more dominant. इसीलिए sun का system, solar system. Understanding these things? Yes? Sir, you are understanding? Sure? Okay. At any point of time, if you have any difficulty, you have to stop me and ask. Okay? With respect to that of the distance you told me, कि Mercury is closest, Neptune is farthest. With respect to Earth, you told me Venus is closest than the Mars. Okay, and there are many things. With respect to some planets, we should know little bit more. Not all planets. Mars is very interesting planet to be known. Venus is another interesting planet that we should know. We should also know in good detail about Moon and good detail about Sun. So 4 celestial body we will know little more. Are you understanding this? Venus, Mars, Moon and Sun. I hope you're understanding this. Okay. So with respect to Earth, the Earth is at a distance of, average distance is 150 million kilometer from the sun. Okay, Earth is at the distance of 150 million kilometer from the sun, and this distance is given a standard name, and the name is astronomical unit. It is known as astronomical unit. So 1 astronomical unit means 150 million kilometer. Are you understanding this? Okay. So why these terms are being used? Let us say, for example, if I want to measure a distance from here to here, I'll use a unit like centimeter or inch. Can I use kilometer for this small measurement? No, no. Similarly, if the distance is very long, I'll start using meters, kilometers, miles. Yes or no? If the distance is further bigger, I'll use a bigger unit. So this is the unit, okay, for the measurement of distance. Are you understanding? Okay. So definitely, Venus would be much closer than this, and Mars is much closer. And accordingly, Mercury is much closer. Mars is more than 150 million kilometer. This will be much more, and that sequence will follow accordingly. Understanding these things? Yes. You all had tea or not today? चाय वाय पिया है कि नहीं? ओके, और कुछ पीना है? नहीं? ओके, तो थोड़ा जोश दिखाओ. So some energy, some energy and all. See, being quiet and being energyless, they are two different things. You have to be quiet, not energyless. I cannot give you Red Bull to have wings. Okay, so show some curiosity in learning, show some happiness in learning. Okay, now there are many things that we will learn, and this will really help you feel better about the knowledge that you are seeking. You may have degree, but trust me, don't have knowledge. And having studied, this is the best decision you have taken. UPSC, you are at least studying, na? Not everyone will become IAS or IPS, but definitely you will become a better informed person. And this happiness of having the knowledge will take you much ahead in the life. Okay. So with respect to, planets, little bit we are understanding. Okay. Now there are many things, as I said, since we know that not all planet is to be dealt in good detail. So we are trying to understand some planets, and we'll try to understand some questions also. So you can keep the question paper open, because we may solve 1 or 2 simple questions. I'll tell you the question number also. Okay. In just next 2-3 minutes we'll solve. Okay. So here is the simple representation. You can see those are inner planets, these are outer planets. In between there is an asteroid belt. Over here is a Kuiper belt. Okay. And you can see the size. These are relatively bigger, those are relatively smaller. Okay. Which planet looks biggest? Jupiter. It is the biggest planet. Which planet looks smallest? No, it is Mercury, which is the smallest one. Okay, so biggest planet, Jupiter. Smallest, Mercury. Which is a blue planet? Blue planet. Earth. Don't go by this. It is the Earth, because we have water, no? Okay, 2/3 of the Earth is filled by water. Okay, which is a red planet? Mars is a red planet. Okay, which is the hottest planet? Venus. You may think that since Mercury is closest, this should be the hottest one, but it's not. It is the Venus which is the hottest one. There is a reason. I'll tell you the reason. When we'll come to specifically about Venus, I'll tell you why it is hottest planet. Okay, so the facts again. Biggest one, smallest, hottest, blue, then Earth cut twin planet is also there. Twin planet. Venus is a twin planet, not Mars. Venus is twin planet because size wise both are relatively same. Earth and Venus is relatively same in size. Okay. Then with respect to, someone said he had seen Venus planet early in the morning, early in the evening. So this planet is also known as, Venus is also known as morning star or evening star. Okay, Venus. These facts I have written. I'll give you. Okay. It is also known as morning star or evening star. Now, what is important in a competitive exam like UPSC is mental development. Okay, mental development. You will get the notes. The notes to clear UPSC is there in this world only. Don't have to travel to Mars, bring the notes, prepare for UPSC. It is there available in this earth. Okay, in Chandra layout itself. So you can just pick up the notes, you can study. But mental development is not available in the books. Are you understanding this? Mental development ke liye what is needed is training is needed. So I am not making you write because I want you to stress on your brain, okay, on the focus, on the concentration, so that this 3 hours at least you train your mind, you develop your mind. Retention should be there, curiosity should be there. If I am questioning, you should answer. This will help in mental development. Understanding this? Okay. So, okay, ma'am, you will tell me, I'll be firing you the question and you have to tell me the answers very quickly. Okay. Which is the Earth's twin planet? Which is the red planet? Without looking, red planet. Mars, which is a sleeping planet. Okay, which is the biggest one? Which is the smallest? Closest? Sun ka closest. Okay, Earth ka second closest. Okay, fair enough. She answered pretty well. The sleeping planet is Uranus. I'll tell you about the Uranus also. Okay, there are some facts that we should be knowing. Okay, with respect to this, okay, can we solve 1 or 2 questions? Okay, so please open your question paper. Everyone has, no? I can bear only you because you are absent. Sir, you have question paper? Yes or no? Okay, you have, sir, question paper? Okay, open your question paper. Come to page number. You share with someone, ma'am. Okay, so you all are going to solve this question number 7. You be on page number 20. Online students also, you be on page number 20. Question number 7. Question number, not 7, 8. Question number 8. 10. 13 you can try. 8, 10, 13. Question number 8, 10 and 13. It will get the, ma'am, you share with someone, no? You can sit with her and you can share. If nobody is sharing, just snatch it. You are going to become bureaucrat. You should know how to, yeah. You can sit with her there. You can solve. Done with all the questions? Not even started. Page number 20. Page number 20. There is no page number. There is no page number. It is there, na? What print you took? Which one did I say? 8, 10, 13. Okay. All the questions are done. One glass. So we'll start from this side. Sir, question number 8. Everyone will come on question number 8, please. Online students should also be there. Read loudly. Are a question, read the question, not the answer. Okay, what is the answer? Between Mars and Uranus, which planets are there? Jupiter and Saturn. Very simple question. Okay, you will not get this type of question now. Okay, you just have to solve and proceed ahead. Okay, question. So everyone got this correct? Anyone marked any wrong answer? Okay, so wrong answer, you should keep counting. Okay, then question number 10, I suppose, right? Yes, next person, this side. Ma'am, read the next question. Question number 10. Okay, average distance between the sun and the earth. What is the average distance between sun and earth? It is 150 million kilometer, right? D is the answer. Okay. Chalo, fair enough. And question number 13, it was just for the sake of attempting it. Question number 13. Next person, sir, read. Sir, read loudly. Question number 13. Read, sir. What happened? Not able? Cannot read? Any problem? Okay. Next person, you read, sir. Read loudly, okay? Improbable means impossible. So this statement says existence of human life on Venus is highly impossible. Do you think it is correct? Why? Why do you think it is correct? Venus is hottest planet. Of all the solar system, Venus is hottest one. Okay? So this statement seems to be correct. Yes or no? So the assertion is, see, here it is in the context of true and false. So I will say assertion is true. Okay? It is true. Now reason. Read the reason. Venus has extremely high level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So we don't know about this, okay, but you know only one piece of information. It is the hottest one, okay, and it is a planet. It is not a star. It is a planet, not a star. So how come it is so hot? It is hot because not of nuclear fusion reaction. It is hot because of greenhouse gas. Atmosphere is very hot. Are you understanding this? Atmosphere is very hot and greenhouse gas is CO2. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Are you understanding this? Okay. So even by knowing just a little bit, not knowing exact answer, we are able to deduce the correct answer. Yes, Venus has extremely high level of carbon dioxide, and because of this, okay, because of this, the Venus have the life, human life on the Venus is improbable. This is also true. So both are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So answer is A. Both A and R are individually true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Can I say this? Okay. Even if you have got this wrong, don't worry. At least half you were able to do. Even that was the objective actually. I did not wanted you to come to the correct answer. I wanted at least one line you know. Na? Out of 4 options, can you eliminate 2 options? Yes or no? Okay. So now we are coming to some other information. Okay. So here with respect to that of the solar system, we studied something, and let us now proceed with more of the things. Here with respect to asteroids and comets. Okay. We can see the asteroids and comets a little bit more, and then we can proceed by this question. Okay. So you can keep the question open enough so that we can easily attempt this question. So asteroid may we studied that it is a belt of rocks and dust Kuiper belt is a belt of rocks, dust, and the icy crystals. Okay, since it is very, very far. And here what we are understanding is asteroid is relatively thin, Kuiper belt is relatively thick, big in size. Okay. Now what happens is you consider Earth, okay, and you consider asteroid. Consider Earth and you consider the asteroid belt. So these rocks are called as asteroid. But what happens is at times this asteroid fall on the Earth. Okay, they even fall on that of the Earth. So when it is falling on that of the Earth, it is called as meteoroid. It is called as meteoroid. Are you understanding this? Okay. Now, once it enters the Earth atmosphere, what will happen? As it enters the Earth atmosphere, so because of Earth atmosphere, it undergoes friction. Are you understanding this? Okay. As it enters the Earth atmosphere, so atmosphere is gas, but it is not vacuum, no. Here it is vacuum, no friction. But atmosphere, air also acts as resistance. Are you understanding this? Air will act as a resistance to this falling rock. Because of that, what will happen is it will become hot enough because of resistance, and it will catch fire. Okay, and then it will start continue to fall. Okay, when it have caught fire, okay, it will start becoming smaller. It will start melting out. Are you understanding this or not? Okay, so when it is falling down, okay, it will appear like a fire is falling, a ball of fire is falling. In that case, it is called as meteor. It is called as a meteor. And then finally what happens is it was big enough. When it was burnt, it started becoming smaller and smaller, and some small piece actually fell on the Earth, okay, creating an impact. Okay, it fell on that of the Earth. So now this is called as meteorite. I hope you have understood this. Okay, so I hope you have understood the difference between meteoroid, meteor, and meteorite. Okay, so meteoroid is nothing but the rock from the asteroid belt that have come. Okay, when it enters Earth atmosphere, what happens is due to friction, it catches fire, okay, and fall like a ball of fire known as meteor. And some piece, the leftover one, when actually falls on the surface of the Earth, creating an impact depending upon the size. So it is big, huge impact, small, less impact. Okay, it was because of this meteoroid only that the dinosaurs got extinct. Okay, now the leftover one is called as a meteoroid. Now consider, if not one, there are many meteoroid that is falling. Okay, many meteoroid that is falling. Then it will appear something like this. Yes or no? It will appear something like this. So in that case, it will be called as it is like a rain of fire. Rain of fire. In that case, it will be called as meteor shower. Are you understanding this? Okay, don't take bath there. Okay, yes, it is a meteor shower. Okay, it is visible. It is happening today also. In different parts of the Earth, it happens. Are you understanding this? In fact, in the USA, if you go to the USA, then the government, to observe the meteor shower is also kind of event. Yeah, so government announces to the people that the meteor shower can be seen on so and so date, so and so time, and this is the right spot to go and see it. So people gather to see meteor shower. Okay. Here we don't, might be surprising for you that people go and watch the meteor shower also. Here we don't have time to see the rain. Yes or no? Which happens just outside the window. Yes or no? Okay. So people, they have like sufficient time, they enjoy their life. Okay. Chalo, fair enough. So asteroid may little bit we added. Then coming to the Kuiper belt. Kuiper belt mein what did we study? This is relatively a bigger belt. Okay. So out here, there are rocks and all. So there are some rocks which is relatively big enough, but not so big enough as that of the size of planet. Okay, they may be relatively big enough. So which is little big enough, not qualifying to become a planet, are declared as dwarf planet. So you will see many dwarf planets in the Kuiper belt. Understanding this? you will see many dwarf planets in the Kuiper belt. Did you understand? Okay. We'll come to more of what are the conditions for the dwarf planet. Okay, we'll come. Now there is a specific region in the Kuiper belt. What happens is, from there also a flash of light originates. A flash of light originates and it travels towards the sun. This flash of light is called as comet. So there is a difference. Meteor is also a flash of light. Comet is also a flash of light. Okay, so one similarity is both is like a flash of the light, but is this a bus on? Okay. Chalo, let them enjoy. So here one similarity we are understanding that this is also a flash of light, this is also a flash of light, but differences now. They are coming from which belt? Are speak up. They are coming from, comet is coming from Kuiper belt. But Kuiper belt mein this region have got a name. This region is known as Oort cloud. Okay, this region is known as Oort cloud. So a lot of comet comes from there. Okay, now how many of you are interested in hearing a story? Story sunna? Okay, I'll tell you a story. So basically there was a person who was very like what you say, pareshan atma. Okay, wandering soul. He was not satisfied with the life. Okay, many wrong things might have happened with him. So he gave up upon the traditional way and traditional thinking. Okay, so he then started giving, preaching people. Okay, he started preaching people about what is life, this, that. Okay, though he did not give UPSC attempt, but he started preaching about the life. So now, like him, there were many other people, and they were also very stressed out in their life, and they also wanted someone to listen to their talks. Okay, normal people don't listen to these kind of things. Okay, only those people who are very depressed in their life, they want someone should be there to listen to them. So he started listening to those people who were very stressed out in their life, and those people started feeling good about it because somebody was there to listen to them. Understanding this? Okay. So he opened one organization, okay, where all wandering souls were there. Okay, yes, Bhatakti Atma. So they all would join this institution, and they would be like listening to his preachings and all. Okay, then he had gained the confidence of those people. Those people started appreciating him a lot. Okay, then he would keep he started approaching all those pareshan atma in the world, and those pareshan atma could be big celebrities. They could be big industrialists also. It's not only garib people, even rich people can be pareshan atma. Are yes or no? Okay, so anyone pareshan atma in this class? Yes. If you are not pareshan, all are pareshan atma. Okay, don't become pareshan atma. Take care. We first give the attempt. So basically, this man, he started approaching big celebrities that you come and join us. Okay, because they also live a very stressful life. Okay, big businessman, sportsman. Okay, so he happened to approach a couple of them, and the problem was like some joined, some did not join. Okay, so one day he happened to preach his students that this life is full of sorrow. So we need to reform this life. But for the reformation, in order to reform this life, to have a new life, okay, there is a vehicle of God that is coming close to that of the earth. We need to get into that vehicle, okay, and that vehicle will take one trip of the universe, and when we'll come back, okay, we will have a very new and reformed life, free from any kind of pain and sorrow. Are you understanding this? Okay. So that vehicle is the comet. Okay, and very soon it is going to come close to that of the earth. but it is not going to be stationary. We have to get into that vehicle as soon it is the closest point. Okay, but there is one problem. There is one condition. This body cannot travel on that comet. Only your soul can travel. अरे कुछ समझ रहा है? He's talking about dying. Are you understanding or not? And those people who are like, yeah, we will get in that vehicle. Those fool people were not even realizing कि मरने के लिए बोल रहा है. And they were like very enthusiastic and happy. Yes, we will get into that vehicle. We will reform our life. Full motivation. ठीक है. So that man said कि we will go in batch. Okay, morning batch, evening batch. Morning wala batch will not come into evening. Okay, evening batch will not come at night. So he said कि we will divide this batch into 3 batches. Okay, and some like 9 or 18 number of people, like 3 equal batches he divided. So he said, and one day before this event had happened, he said कि we'll all go for shopping, we'll buy new clothes, new shoes, this and that. Okay, everyone went for shopping and all. They all came, new dress and all. कि नया कपड़ा पहन के जाएंगे. Okay, we'll look good. So batch by batch, the first batch, okay. Now the second batch had prepared that what do you say, phansi ka panda. What is that called as in English? The rope for hanging. Okay, they had prepared in the house. Okay, they had prepared like, and all for the first batch went. Okay, they hanged themselves. They all died. Then the second batch took the body of those people, okay, and packed them in a plastic bag. Okay. Then the second batch went. They also hanged themselves. Then the third batch, okay, packed them, okay, into the plastic bag. ठीक है, 2 batch हो गया, morning and evening batch. अब night वाला batch, okay, the night वाला batch, they also hung themselves, but who would take them out? So they remain hanging. Okay, and this came to the notice of police after many days. Okay, because when the body start deteriorating, what happens is bad smell come. Okay, so in the nearby region, the bad smell started coming. People started complaining. Okay, and those celebrities which these people used to approach, and those celebrities who rejected, okay, I will not come. Okay, then those celebrities also had done some kind of complaint against them. So these people, like, they are approaching me to join the organizations and talking nonsense things and all. Okay. So actually, when the police came, they realized that those 2 batches were like dead, one was hanging out. Okay, and it was like so many people hanged themselves at one day. Okay, so this organization named was this Heaven's Gate. The name of the organization was Heaven's Gate. Heaven. Okay, heaven. How many wants to go there? Yes, nobody. After hearing this, nobody wants to go, right? So this organization was named as the Heaven's Gate, and this Heaven's Gate was basically a cult organization. Are you understanding this? Okay, following an altogether different different kind of religion and different kind of perception, and the man had declared himself as the god. Okay, and because of this, what happened was many people had lost their life. Okay, and it had come in the news. Okay, and it came in the UPSC question also. Okay, what do you mean by the Heaven's Gate, and why was it in news recently? Chalo, that time come. Heaven's Gate was basically the cult organization, and the context behind this Heaven's Gate was basically the comet. Interesting story, na? Okay, so basically, so the person who was referring about the God's vehicle, it was basically the comet which was supposed to go near the earth. Okay, and it becomes like when the people becomes very depressed in their life, they stop thinking or analyzing about what is right, what is wrong for them, and someone was telling him to die, and they were not even realizing that someone is telling me to give up my life. So don't have to become that pareshan atma in the life. Are you understanding? Okay, so I hope you all are not shocked by this question. Shocked? Okay. So bureaucrat kaise banoge if you are shocked enough? So out here we understood some difference between asteroid and the Kuiper belt. Okay, and here is this next question in front of you. You open your question paper, please. This question number is I think 6. Everyone solve question number 6, please. See, if you go by the statements, if you feel that there are like 3 statements, it is expected that you should not be knowing all the statements. It is accepted. Okay, so you don't go behind solving the questions wherein you with a belief that I should know all the statement to come to the answer. Okay, that is not the case with the rank 1 also. But out of whatever knowledge you have to solve the question, and that is a skill we have to learn. Okay. Chalo, who was the next person? Ma'am, could you read this question and read it loudly? Okay. Okay. So, what do you think? Right or wrong? Okay. So, asteroids are small rocky planetoids. Asteroids are relatively small rocks, like, okay, but they are not qualified to become a planet. Okay, so they are material, okay, that can be formed into a planet. Okay, so they are small rocks. It could be few centimeter, it could be few kilometer also. Okay, comets are formed from the frozen gases held together by the rocks and the metallic material. Okay, so this is fair enough. This is correct one. Okay, the statement in the books will not be same as the statement in the questions. You have to analyze. Okay, you have to deduce. This is correct. Second. True. This is absolutely wrong. You are very confident in this. Okay, so by this can I eliminate this? Okay, third one. Okay, I have little idea about comet. I have little idea about asteroid and meteoroid and meteor shower and all. Okay, but it is talking about the tail. As comets show perceptible glowing tail while asteroids do not. I'm confused here. Okay, but I still want to give the answer. What should be the answer? B or C? B is the answer? Yes or no? Yes, you are correct. Okay, now let me elaborate on point number 3. So here, what does it say? That the comet have a glowing, its tail is glowing. That is a statement that the tail of the comet is glowing. So basically, comet, this is the head of the comet, which is towards that of the sun, and the trailing part is the tail of the comet. Okay, and here in this context, what happens is the tail of the comet appears. The tail appears something like this. Are you understanding this? Okay. In that context, it is saying that the tail of the comet show perceptible glow. Are you understanding this? Okay. So you consider that there is an air that is coming from this side. Okay, and you are moving towards this side. What will happen to the clothes and the hair? It will start blowing behind. Yes or no? It will start blowing behind. So in that way only it is happening. Okay. We can now In fact, I had shown this in the picture in the PPT. Officer has a very strong observation. Okay, so you should have kept a very strong observation here. Can you see comet somewhere in this diagram? We have seen this diagram, no? Can you see comet somewhere? Okay. Can you see the tail of the comet? Are you understanding this? Okay. So even if you did not read it, observation could have helped you in solving the question. Understanding? Chalo, we'll proceed ahead. Okay. So I hope you are understanding that it is not just reading and going and giving the exam and becoming IAS. It is not like mental development has to be there. Okay. So in this class, I will work hard for you. I'll make harder. Okay. You all also to work hard, and then we'll proceed. So we were talking about planets. Okay. And there was something that is the dwarf planets. Okay. There is something planet that is something dwarf planet. And we'll see what was the conditions which was not being felt, okay, that led to the creation of this dwarf planet. So here in this case, try to understand that there are some conditions not given by who will declare that a body in the space is a planet or not a planet. So there is one organization known as IAU. Okay, I have given the full form also. This is International Astronomical Union. Okay, International Astronomical Union, IAU. Okay, so first of all, the conditions for this planet is what? The difference between the planet is like planet should not be a star. So some common points are also there. It's not absolutely different. Should not be a star. What is the condition of a star? What does the star do? Produces energy. And the planet should not produce energy. Then why do we call Venus as morning star or evening star? Venus is a planet or a star? Planet. Why do we call it as a morning star or evening star? Acts like a star. Do not produces energy. Are you understanding this? What is like the characteristic of a star? It glows. Are you understanding this? It appears glowing in nature because of heat energy. Venus ka also something similar. Atmosphere glows because of atmosphere becoming very hot. So something when it is hot, very, very hot, it starts glowing like a hot metallic rod. When it is very hot, it glows, no? And like filament bulbs in the past. We used to have filament wala bulb. It glows, no? Yes or no? After becoming hot. So it should not be a star. This condition is relatively similar. Should not be a star. Okay? Planet is a respectable position. Planet is a respectable status, we would say. Okay. It should have specific gravity, certain gravity, strong gravity. Are you understanding this? Okay. So when you consider the sun and the planet is revolving around that of the sun, when it is revolving around that of the sun, then when it is revolving, this is called as an orbit. Okay. It is called as the orbit of the planet. Now it should have a relatively strong gravity. Okay, gravity should be relatively strong enough. It should not be very small. It should be sufficiently good in terms of size. It should not be very small. It should not have a very small gravity. And it should have gravity strong enough. Okay, the gravity should be influential. The gravity should be influential to keep the orbit clear. To keep the orbit clear. I'll explain this. Let me give an analogy. You know what is the meaning of, bhai? Have you heard of this bhai? Gangster. Have you heard Mumbai language mein we say bhai. Heard about this? Okay. So it is not a respectable position. It is not a respectable status. But bhai is someone, okay, when he comes out on the road, okay, he have like people have fear in the mind, and people clears the road for the bhai. Yes or no? Nobody dare to mess up with him. Yes or no? So he have that influence. When he comes out on the road, okay, people clear. They make the way for that gangster to go. Are you understanding this? He have that influence. A planet is a status which is a respectable status and should have a strong gravity so that when it is revolving in the orbit, no other material should enter into that orbit. It should have strong gravity to keep the orbit clear enough. Are you understanding this? Because space may, many things are there. Let us say there is one rock and it comes and enter into this path of the planet. Okay, then planet ka koi izzat hi nahi. Are you understanding this? If the bhai is coming on the road and someone is coming, and just, pushing the bhai ka koi value nahi. Yes or no? A similar manner. Planet is a respectable position. It should have such a strong gravity that when it is revolving in its orbit, nobody should dare to enter into that orbit. If somebody is entering, iska koi value nahi. It is not a planet then. Are you understanding this? Okay. It should be relatively round in shape, not very exactly round in the shape. So it should have a relatively strong gravitational influence. Okay. Should have the clear path or the clear orbit. I hope you're understanding these things. And in terms of the shape, it should be relatively, like when it is a three dimensional object, we say it is should have a relatively spherical shape. Are you understanding this? And this is the point that is contrasting in the dwarf planet. Okay, it does not have strong gravitational influence. Okay, does not have strong gravitational influence. As such, even the dwarf planet can be spherical in size. Usually dwarf planets are smaller in size. Shape-wise, spherical. Size-wise, relatively smaller. Not too big. Are you understanding this? Because if it is big enough, it will have a very strong gravity and then it will be given the status of planet. Okay? This condition or this criteria came in the year 2006. Before 2006, there was different criteria. 2006 when this criteria came and Pluto was not able to fulfill all the criteria. That is the reason why Pluto was removed from the list of planet. Did you all understand? Okay, 2006 mein Pluto was declared as a dwarf planet. Understanding this thing or not? At least say yes. Okay. See, the motivation for the student is teacher. Okay, and this teacher's motivation is the student. Okay, so you should show some energy. Okay, don't be dead. You have a life. Okay, living organism ho na? Okay, biotic or abiotic? Biotic component sitting like an abiotic component. Don't sit like an abiotic component. Okay, you all are in your early 20s. Yes, so sit straight. Okay, backbone ekdam weak nahi karna hai, because when you go to the administration, you have to sit for 10 hours. Okay, so there you have to keep your backbone strong enough. There should be fire in the eyes. Okay, when you speak up, you should answer questions. And a bureaucratic attitude lana hai. So Shah Rukh Khan did not become Shah Rukh Khan after entering in the Bollywood. He became Shah Rukh Khan first, then entered into the Bollywood with that attitude. He is not the best actor, but he is the biggest actor. Are you understanding? Okay, there are far better actors than him. Okay, but those people lack that type of attitude. If you want to become a bureaucrat and expecting UPSC to select you as a student, then train you, then make you bureaucrat, it is not going to happen that way. You will get that bureaucratic seat by your attitude. Are you understanding this? So you should have that attitude that there is an officer like something inside you, then it will be reflected in your studies, and then UPSC exam is just a formality for those people. Are you understanding these things? Okay. So I have been telling you yesterday also that college ka na student wala atma, you keep it at home. Okay. Now even if you go to the college, don't behave like students. Okay, because those people will not help you in your selection. Okay, so those type of mindset, when you are around the specific type of mindset, you also start developing that type of mindset. If tomorrow onwards, if you're in your college, all officers starts coming and teaching you and they become your friend, you will automatically develop that type of attitude. But that will not happen unless you get selected. Are you understanding this? So you have to develop that attitude on your own. You have to create that environment on your own. And this is the place where you can develop that attitude more easily, because everyone is preparing for UPSC. College में nobody, except I think you might be the exceptional organism in the college, right? exceptional organism in your entire khandan, in your relative and all, in your neighbors? Yes or no? You might be the exceptional one. Yes. So we'll maintain this attitude. Okay. So with respect to planets, we were talking that Earth is a planet where there is life. Earth is a planet where there is life. There are other planets also, like Mercury, Venus, okay, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These all are planets, but all planets does not have life. For the life, a suitable environmental condition is needed. Okay, suitable environmental condition. One of the important condition is temperature. Okay, it should neither be too hot. Okay, it should neither be too cold. Are you understanding this? Should neither be too hot, because when it is too hot, living organism will evaporate. Are you understanding this? If it is too cold, it will become frozen. Are you understanding this? And what is a very important element that a living organism needs? Water. So water at very high temperature will evaporate. Water at very low temperature will be frozen. Okay, so water should be in the fluid form, not gaseous, not solid. It should be in the fluid form. So the temperature should be, appropriate enough. Okay, for the water to exist in liquid form, and then only life can sustain. So even if the NASA finds new planet, does not mean there will be a life. There are so many planets, and none of the planets we have confirmed life. So there are many other planets and other galaxies and other solar systems, and none we have found the life yet. Are you understanding this? Even if we have like water in the, let us say, Uranus or moon, but water is in the frozen form there. So even if the water is found there, it is not necessary that life will be there. I hope you're getting some context. Okay, so this specific zone where the temperature is suitable enough for the water to exist in the liquid form, this zone is given by some name. It is neither too close to sun nor too far from the sun. This zone is known as Goldilocks zone. Okay, this zone is known as the Goldilocks zone. I hope you're understanding this. Okay, Pakka, you have understood? Okay, open your question paper then. You open your question paper and you solve this question number. Online students should also try question number, I think, 5. Is the AC working that side? Not working, it's all closed, all are off. You want to create a Goldilocks zone in the classroom? Yeah. Don't create Venus. Should I call him to put it on? Keep one on, na? Because all the windows are closed. Question number 5, quite easy. Okay, so the question says the term Goldilocks zone is often seen in the news. Current affair based question. Okay, in the context of, even if you have not heard this in the news, it is a very fundamental or concept based question. Okay, so what should be the answer? A, B, C, or D? Okay, how many says option A? Okay, fair enough. Option B, B, C. Okay, option D. Anyone with option D? And who could not answer? Absolutely. See, you should be answering. Wrong ho gaya to, so there is no problem in that. This is not the test. This is like we are learning, and during the learning, now you should not try to be, come with the best outcome during the learning, because what will happen is you will stop learning then. Are you understanding this? This is not a place to perform. Performance to exam hall mein hai. This is a place to learn, to make mistake and learn more. So here the term Goldilocks zone. So we studied that Goldilocks zone is a zone where if there is any planet and it is a very absolute, suitable condition, the temperature is suitable enough for the living organism possibility of living organism. Okay, so if there is another solar system, and if in that solar system there are some planets in the Goldilocks zone of that solar system, then there can be some possibility that life can exist. If on all the planets of that solar system there is not possibility, those planets very close to the sun, that star very far from the star, no chance, but middle mein apt enough, so there is some chances. So option A says the limit of habitable zone above the surface of the earth. So those who gave the option A, it is a habitable zone. Goldilocks is a habitable zone, but it says above the surface of the earth. That is not the context. Are you understanding this? So UPSC deliberately gave this keyword so that it can trap you. This was a trap. Are you understanding this? A is wrong. So go to C, search for Earth-like planet. Earth-like means there is life on the Earth. So Earth-like planets, matlab those planets, okay, which is in the Goldilocks zone, okay, that is a habitable zone. This is not very interesting option, but this is the correct one. So here is the one of the way through which UPSC fool the student is, those option which is wrong, they make it very liquidative. Are you understanding this? They give certain keywords that student will catch that keyword and make it right. And those option which is right, they will make it least interesting, so that you don't like it, you start hating. Are you understanding this? Okay. And you start doing some black magic. Okay. And then you come up with finally the wrong answer. Are you understanding this? So you must not forget that whatever is the age, UPSC is preparing question from that many number of years. Are you understanding this? I have given you question paper more than that of your age itself. Yes or no? 25 years of question paper. So, chalo, C is the correct answer. Fair enough. Now we are understanding, we are learning. Shall we proceed ahead now? So planet and dwarf planet, my basic difference you understood. So can you tell me the example of a dwarf planet everyone knows? What is that? Pluto. Very good. So Pluto is a dwarf planet, and like Pluto, there are other dwarf planets also. Some other examples we should be knowing. Another name is Make. Okay, Haumea. Then Ceres, okay, and Eris. Ceres and Eris. So NASA have recognized these 5 dwarf planets in our solar system. Okay, how many planets we have? How many planets we have? 8. How many dwarf planets we have? 5. Okay. Now Ceres. So try to understand that in the solar system, in our solar system, Ceres is here. Okay, Ceres is here, where it is asteroid belt. Okay, and the remaining 4 is here. Okay, that is Make, Haumea, then Eris and Pluto. Okay, these 4 are where in the, what is this? Kuiper belt. You have to answer. Okay, so Ceres is where? Asteroid belt, and the rest of all these dwarf planet is where? Kuiper belt. So Ceres, can I say Ceres is actually an asteroid only? Yes or no? See, asteroid belt mein, so it is an asteroid. So Ceres kya hai? It is an asteroid. Okay, and it is a what? It is a dwarf planet also. But can it, logically, do you feel it would be very, very small? Logically, do you feel it should be very, very small? No, no. Take it. It may be smaller than that of the planet, but not very small like a rock. Okay. So it is relatively bigger than those. And in fact, Ceres is the biggest asteroid. In the asteroid belt, Ceres is the biggest asteroid. Are you understanding this? Okay, it is the biggest asteroid. Okay, I hope you got these things. Okay. So in the solar system, we have one dwarf planet. Okay, within this planet system, and the rest of the dwarf planets we have outside this system. यानी कि Kuiper belt में we have. Are you understanding this? Okay. चलो, let us proceed ahead now. I hope things are not getting very, very difficult. Yes. Okay. I hope you're understanding that I'm not completely relying on this PPT. I'm making use of the diagrams and all. Okay. So these are some facts that you're supposed to remember, that how many moons are there. So Mercury may, there is no moon, Venus no moon. Okay. Then we have Earth, one moon. What is the name of the Earth moon? Luna. Mars में two moon. So Mars का moon का name is Deimos and Phobos. Deimos and Phobos. Okay. And the rest of these you can see. So which planet have got highest number of moon? Saturn. Which planet have lowest, least? Mercury and Venus. 0, 0 in both the case. Okay. Earth never had two moon. Are you understanding? Earth never had two moon. And the now see, I have mentioned as per NASA June 2023. Okay, it means earlier, before June 2023, these numbers were relatively less. Okay, because NASA were not able to identify all the moons. It may happen that this number may increase in future as they find new moon of these planets. This number may be updated later on. But so far, Saturn have got highest number of moon. Are you understanding these things? Some facts, okay, you should be knowing. Okay, it is there in the question also. Which one of the following planet have largest number of the natural satellites or moon? Yes, out of the given option it is. Out of the given option it is C, no? Yes or no? And from here also it is C. Okay. Now with respect to a couple of planets, let us quickly go through this. You want a break or should we continue for 5 minutes and take a break? 5 minutes, uske baad break will take. Okay. So something about Venus. Am I audible properly to all of you? Now it is correct? No? I'm also finding the same thing. I'm in the dilemma since some time whether you are able to hear or not. Now it is proper. Okay. So with respect to that of the Venus, Mars, Moon, and Sun. Okay. The moon is little big and Sun is also little big, but Mars and Venus, 2 slides, let us do. So some facts. Okay. First of all, Venus is also known as twin planet of the Earth. Yes or no? Venus is the hottest planet. Yes or no? Okay. Okay. So with respect to that, when was Venus created? So Venus was also, all the planet was created at the same time, no? So 4.6 billion years. So this Big Bang event and all. It is the Earth's sister planet, also known as a twin planet. And here the direction is opposite in nature. We'll come to the direction of rotation. Okay, we'll come to this. This opposite rotation is called as a retrograde. We'll come to this. You should just keep this on hold for some while. How much time does Earth take for one rotation? Rotation, 24 hours. One revolution, 365 days. So iska rotation 243 days and revolution 225 days. What is noticeable point over here? Exactly. ठीक है. Earth का 1 day मतलब 24 hours and 1 year मतलब 365 days. ठीक है. So definitely year is bigger than the day. इसका day is bigger than that of the year. Are you understanding this? ठीक है. And this is the exception in the solar system. Which planet have got day bigger than that of the year? So it is Venus. Are you understanding this? You may not remember the exact data, but these kind of analysis you should be doing. So size is relatively same as that of the Earth. That's why known as the Earth's twin planet. And it have got 90. Iska atmosphere mein 96% CO2 is there, and that is the reason why it is very hot. Because of that hot, it starts glowing. Okay, and in the early morning, when the sun is about to come in the early evening, okay, you can see it, okay, glowing kind of. Okay, that is the reason why it is known as morning star or the evening star. Okay, so iska any moon, there is no moon. Okay, it does not have any natural satellite, and there are some artificial satellites sent by NASA. Okay, for example, Venera and Akatsuki. Okay, this is sent by Russia, and India have proposed to send one. What is that? Yes, Shukriyan. ठीक है, Shukriyan. After the Gaganyaan, we are proposing that Shukriyan. So Mangalyaan was sent. Okay, Mangalyaan. After that, we are working on this Gaganyaan and subsequent. Gagan means space. So that project is with respect to taking human on the space. Okay, human in the space. Okay, and subsequently this Shukriyan. Okay, then there are some more satellites that you will study in technology, science and technology. Okay, now we solved this question that why Venus have got very high level of CO2. So how much was the percentage of CO2 on Earth? How much? 0.03. Very good. Okay. Do you feel hot even with such a small percentage? Do we experience global warming? So can you imagine the condition of Venus with 96% CO2 in the atmosphere? Are you understanding this? So in that condition, can you leave the Earth out of frustration and go and land on Venus? I don't want Earth. This place is not for me. And let me find another planet where I can rest in peace. So Mars mein jaane ka, not Venus. Okay. Something about Mars. Mars was also created 4.6 billion years ago through the similar process. Okay. In India, we call this as Mangal Grah. Okay. In Roman, it is called as the god of war. Iska rotation and revolution, see, rotation 24 hours and 36 minutes, so similar to that of the Earth, है ना, somewhat similar to that. Earth का rotation 24 hours, but iska revolution is 687 days. Yesterday I was talking about Earth and Mars, your happy birthday and your friend's happy birthday, yes or no? So Mars have got almost double the time of rotation revolution than that of the Earth. ठीक है, but size wise half है. Venus का size same as Earth, Mars का size half of the Earth. Are you understanding this? Size wise it is relatively smaller. And in the context of the Mars ka surface, it is red in color. That is the reason why it is also called as red planet. Are you understanding this? Red planet. And redness is because of an element iron. Okay, mainly because of iron oxide. Okay, you see metal rod reddish in color because of oxidation, rusting. Okay, and atmosphere may it also have got CO2, nitrogen and atmosphere, but not that much in as that of the Venus. It have got two natural satellite, that is two moon. It has Deimos and Phobos. Okay, Deimos and Phobos. So if anybody wants to gift moon, so he should say I can get Deimos and Phobos for you. Yes or no? Yes, moon तो अपना एक ही है, yes or no? Earth का देना है तो ये वाला दे दो, Deimos and Phobos. ठीक है. The girl will be like perplexed. Okay, realize this is a madman. ठीक है. What is he talking about? I don't know. These kind of jokes only UPSC aspirant understands. Okay. So if you have any friend who is non-UPSC aspirant, either he will leave you or she will leave you. Experience से बता रहा हूँ. Okay. So with respect to this Mars, there are many satellites that were sent. We have also sent one satellite. The name of that satellite is MOM, Mars Orbital Mission. In Hindi, it is known as Mangalyaan. Okay. And NASA have also sent one that is known as MAVEN. Okay. Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution Mission. Okay. There were question on Mars Orbital Mission, MON pe, when it was launched during those years. It was the UPSC had asked question, and prelims also, means also. Now you will not expect a question on MOM. You will expect question on Gaganyaan, Shukriyan. Okay, you can expect question on forthcoming projects of ISRO. Understanding this? Okay. So little bit you have understood about these two planets. Okay, rest of the planets ज़्यादा detail में नहीं जाना. We should go in detail Moon and Sun, but after the break. Okay. Chalo, you all take a small break and come. And students, okay, so we are starting now. So, chalo, there are some questions from the online students as well. Let me address them. Why Venus cannot be a star? Could you explain that again? Okay. So, in the context of Venus, one student have asked, Miss Sanita, right? Are you there, ma'am? By the way, am I audible or not? Online. Chalo. So I'm getting little into the detail now. Okay. You consider, I'm giving some analogy. You try to understand. You consider sun and you consider earth. Okay. The sunlight is falling directly on the earth in these regions. So this region will be relatively hot. Okay, these regions will be relatively hot because sunlight is falling perpendicular. On the other hand, these regions, okay, these regions, when the sunlight is reaching there, so the sunlight have to travel relatively longer distance. Okay, the sunlight have to travel relatively longer distance. So these regions are relatively cold. Okay, in this context, if you are living in the colder region, it becomes difficult for the plantation, difficult to do agriculture because sunlight is not sufficient enough. Okay, so in these regions, what did the people started doing? That they started doing the cultivation in a glass house. They started doing the cultivation in a glass house. This is a house, okay, glass house. And the characteristic of this glass is such that when the sunlight is coming, this is transparent and it is allowing the sunlight to come. Okay, when the sunlight is coming, incoming sunlight is, this glass is transparent to them. So transparent it is able to come. When it reflects on the surface, what then happens is, when it is outgoing, the glass becomes opaque. It does not become transparent and it is not allowed to leave. In that context, what happens is the sunlight keeps reflecting here only in these regions. Are you understanding this? Then because of that, what will happen? Heat trapping is taking place. Because of that heat trapping, what will happen is this glass house will become warm. Yes or no? And then it will be a suitable condition for the growth of some vegetations. For the growth of some vegetation, it will become a suitable condition. Understanding this? Okay. So in this house, now what are you doing is, you are cultivating something. Okay. In that context, this house is known as greenhouse. Did you understand? Okay. And the phenomena of increasing the temperature of that house, okay, the phenomena, you have increased the temperature no, by that specific mechanism. So this phenomena or the effect of increasing the temperature is called as a greenhouse effect. So simply greenhouse effect ka matlab hai to increase the temperature. Did you understand this much at least? Okay. There are certain gases which has this phenomena. Okay, this phenomena. For example, CO2. So what happens in the atmosphere is, this is CO2, carbon and 2 oxygen. CO2. Understanding? Okay. So the carbon and the oxygen. Okay. So here what happens is, the CO2 traps the heat energy. The CO2, carbon dioxide, traps the heat energy. So what does CO2, how is the CO2 behaving? It is behaving like a greenhouse. And what effect it is doing? It is causing greenhouse effect, means it is increasing the temperature of atmosphere. Are you understanding this? Okay. So in this context, these gases will be called as greenhouse gas. I hope you have understood greenhouse effect and greenhouse gas. So like CO2, there are other gases also. There are methane, okay, then the water vapor, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, so on and so forth. There are other greenhouse gases also. Of all, CO2 have highest potential. Are you understanding this? CO2 have a very high potential. So now what I am understanding is, more CO2 in the atmosphere, can I say more greenhouse effect? Means more heating of the atmosphere. Less CO2, less greenhouse effect, less heating in the atmosphere. Ekdam clear? Okay. In this context, if any planet have high concentration of CO2, it means high greenhouse effect. it means very high atmospheric temperature. Less CO2 मतलब less atmospheric temperature. So Earth and Venus का if I'm comparing, Venus and Earth if I'm comparing, तो Earth का CO2 is 0.03%. In spite of that, we have a very high greenhouse effect on the Earth. There is global warming. Okay, and इसका atmosphere में 96% is CO2. So it means the greenhouse effect is very, very high. It means the atmosphere will be very hot. Such hot atmosphere you cannot survive. That is the reason why the possibility of surviving on the Venus is very, very less, or improbability is higher. Impossibility is higher. Okay, I hope everyone have understood. I hope, ma'am, the one who have asked question online, Ms. Sanita, did you understand, ma'am? Okay. Another question was while explaining about Goldilocks zone, when you said suitable environment around Earth. Okay, it is suitable environment around that of the Earth. So there is one question related to the Goldilocks zone. So with respect to that I gave one example that Earth is in a Goldilocks zone of our solar system. Okay, this is our solar system. Okay, and here is the Goldilocks zone, our solar system ka, this is the Goldilocks zone. Are you understanding this? Okay, where the temperature is neither too high neither too low, and it is because of this purpose. Okay, the water is in the liquid form. Okay, had other planets be in this Goldilocks zone, water would be in the liquid form there also. Okay, then the possibility of life could have been there. So Earth lies in the Goldilocks zone of our solar system. Okay, so Goldilocks zone basically means it is a habitable zone. Okay, it is a habitable zone where the temperature is neither too very high nor too very low for the water to exist in liquid form. Okay, I hope this Ms. Sanita have said, but my question was, even though the Venus glows or emits like a star. No, Venus glow but does not emit like a star. Why it is called as a morning star or the evening star? Because first of all, it is at a closer distance, so you can directly see. Since it is close enough, you can directly see. Acha, I'll give an analogy. During hot summer, during the afternoon, when you go on the road, can you see air, very, very hot, and the road is very shiny? Road is very, very shiny. Yes or no? So basically, it appears glowing kind of. Yes or no? It appears like a glowing, and the hot wind you can see shining on the road. Yes or no? But that surface was not a producer of the heat. Are you understanding this? It absorbed the heat from the sunlight and then it radiated. Are you understanding this? Okay. In the similar context, on the Venus, hydrogen fusion reaction is not happening. So Venus is not a producer of heat. Venus ka atmosphere has become so hot, okay, that from far off distance it appears like a star. It is so hot, it starts glowing. Atmosphere is glowing. I hope this address your doubt, ma'am. Yes? Okay, chalo. So we can now proceed ahead. So we have something related to that of sun now. Okay. So with respect to that of the sun, we know one point, that it has 99.8% mass of the entire solar system. It is the most dominant one. So the other day I was explaining that this is the space, and if you keep something heavy in the space, there will be a curvature that is created. Okay. So that is called as a space-time curvature. You remove it out and the curvature will be gone. The heavier the object, more is the curvature and more is the gravitational pull. Lesser the mass of the object, lesser curvature, lesser is the gravitational pull. Are you understanding this? Okay. So some facts about the sun. Sun was created 5.9 billion years ago. Our sun, हमारा solar system का sun. And with respect to that of Earth ka distance from sun, average distance is 150 million kilometers. Some points we know. Yes or no? This is called as the astronomical unit. With respect to the diameter, the sun ka size is 1.39 million kilometer in size. Earth ka what is the radius of the Earth? 6,400 kilometers is the radius of Earth, okay, or we will say diameter hai, so it is 12,800 kilometers the diameter of the Earth, and that is 1.39 million kilometer ka diameter, so that is too big, okay. Earth ka gravity, how much is the gravity of that of the Earth? 9.8 meter per second square, okay, and Sun ka gravity is 274 meter per second square. So if I do the comparative wise, Sun ka gravity is 28 times more than that of the Earth, okay, 28 times it have stronger influence to pull the object toward itself, okay. Then the temperature on that of the Sun is 6,000 degrees Celsius on the surface, and in the interior of the Sun it is very very hot, 16 million degrees Celsius in the core. So we will see surface and the core. Earth hai, so Earth ka interior you will go to the core, and presently we are living on the surface right now, atmosphere hai, theek hai. So likewise Sun also have a core or the interior, Sun also have exterior, that is the atmosphere of the Sun, okay. With respect to Earth ka rotation, we have 24 hours mein one rotation. Sun is also rotating, Sun is not stationary, Sun is also rotating, okay. Sun takes 25 days and 9 hours for one rotation, okay. And with respect to that of the galaxy, if you remember, with respect to the galaxy, so we had seen that it is like a double helical kind of, yes or no? It is something like this, our Milky Way galaxy, and our solar system is somewhere here. This is Sun and the rest of the planets, okay, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, so on and so on, and it is revolving around that of the Sun, okay. But this entire solar system, Sun is not constant, the Sun is also revolving around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So Sun is rotating also and Sun is revolving also. Planets are rotating on its own and they are revolving around the Sun. Are you understanding this? Okay. So nothing in the universe is stationary or constant. Everything is in motion. Are you understanding? This is a Milky Way galaxy. Okay. There are many stars over here. Stars are born. Stars even die. So the new stars are usually near the peripheral region, outside में. New stars, young stars. Okay. And the old, as they proceed ahead, they will become more older and older. So it means old stars will be at the interior. Are you understanding this? Okay. So here you will mainly have dead stars. And one of the death of the star is dwarf. Why white dwarf? Another death? Black hole. Are you understanding this? Black hole is also a dead star. So here you will find lots of black hole. Are you understanding? Okay. So currently we are at this. We are at quite at the periphery of the Milky Way galaxy. Understanding these things or not? So usually young stars, peripheral region, young stars, new stars, and the older stars will be in the center of the galaxies. Understanding these things? Pakka? Okay. So try to see some more things with respect to that of the galaxy. Okay. So we have been knowing that universe, a galaxy, solar system, and then within the solar system we have this. So you have understood the chronology. Just visualize the galaxy, Milky Way galaxy. So it is saying that you are somewhere over here, and within that you are somewhere in the Chandra layout. Yes or no? Yes. So even Chandra layout is going in the interior of the galaxy. Yes. Okay. So as we move ahead, so Sun is a star. Star ka status hai because of producing energy. And the one day it will come when it will die. It means it will stop producing energy. Does not mean it will be it will become gayab completely. Are you understanding this? It will be there, but without producing energy. Are you understanding? Material will be there, but energy will not be produced. So it will lose the state. That is the death. That is the death. Okay. So in that case, our Sun is 5.9 billion years old. Our age of the Sun is 5.9, and it has sufficient energy to continue for another 5 billion years. It has sufficient fuel that another 5 billion years it will sustain. Are you understanding this? Okay. and then it will die. But sun will not become a black hole. It will most probably become a white dwarf. We'll see the life cycle of a star. There is a specific topic also, life cycle of a star. UPSC is very interested in asking questions on life cycle of star. 3-4 questions were asked, and the recent question was asked last year itself. Okay, chalo, we'll proceed ahead now. Again, we have seen this. So this is a top view and this is a side view. So side view, say if you see, it is quite bulgy in the center. Okay, and the side, say if you see, and it is quite disc-like. It is very flattened, and we are quite at the periphery region. Yes or no? We are not in the interior. If had we been in the interior, we would have almost been at this stage of death. Understanding? Okay. So with respect to sun, some more facts now. Are you all understanding these things? Okay. So sun what is the major constituent of that of the sun? It is mainly made up of hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen is fusing to becoming helium, and in the same process, this huge amount of energy is being released. Okay. Now, with respect to that of the Earth and Sun ka relation, if we understand, the Earth is revolving around Sun. Earth is revolving around Sun. How much time does it take? 365 days and 6 hours. 365 days and 6 hours, basically. Okay. So, Sun ke around Earth is revolving, but this revolution is not absolutely circular in nature. So, you consider Sun. Okay. And you consider Earth. So Earth is revolving around the sun in this type of orbit. Okay, it is not completely circular orbit. It is elliptical orbit. This orbit is elliptical, and it is not uniform. Okay, it is not quite uniform. It is basically close also at times, and at times it is far also. So sun is not exactly at the center. Are you understanding this? Sun is not exactly. So Earth is at times close enough, and Earth at times is quite far also. Okay. So what we had studied, what is average distance between sun and the Earth? 150 million kilometer. Okay. But now we are understanding, can we see the distance is more and less? So it is 147 million kilometer. And it goes up to 152 million kilometer. Okay, and the average of these two is 150 million kilometer. Are you understanding this roughly? And we say this average distance as one astronomical unit. Getting these things? Okay. So there is one more question related to this, that if I have to measure something like of a smaller distance, I will use a measuring tape. Yes or no? If I have to measure something relatively longer distance, I may have to use a relatively bigger measuring tape. But if I have to measure the distance between two planets, which is several millions kilometers far, which measuring tape will I use? Yes? Light. Yes. So light is used for the measurement of distance. Light is used for the measurement of distance. How it is being done, you don't worry about that. Okay. Just consider that light is used for measurement of very far off distance. Okay. Why light? The question is, why light? Why not something else? It travels fast. The speed of light is constant, basically. Okay. The speed of the light is constant. It is the fastest. Nothing is faster than the speed of light. What is the speed of light, by the way? 3 into 10 is to 8 meter or kilometer? Meter per second square or just second? Second, no? Second square will be acceleration, no? So it is 3 into 10 is to 8 meter per second. So try to understand sound. Sound is also a wave. It is a mechanical wave. Sound currently is traveling in air. Yes or no? And sound is traveling in the solid medium now. So sound can travel in solid medium, sound can travel in liquid medium, sound can also travel in gaseous medium. Sound cannot travel through vacuum. Very good. Sound cannot travel through vacuum. Okay? But the speed of sound in solid, liquid and gaseous medium are different. The speed of sound is highest where? Solid medium. And it is lowest where? Gaseous medium. Okay? But light can travel in medium also, without medium also. Light is a radiation, electromagnetic radiation. Sound is a mechanical wave. Okay, light can travel in medium and without medium. Vacuum may also it can travel. So between sun and earth, there is a lot of vacuum. But light is able to travel. Sun may, explosion is constantly happening. So explosion, so there should be sound also. But due to vacuum, that sound is not able to reach till the earth. Are you understanding these things? Okay. So now the thing is that, first of all, light can travel in all the medium, and the speed of the light in every medium is constant. Are you understanding this? It does not change. So because of this reason, okay, light is used for the measurement of these astronomical distances. Did you understand? Pakka you have understood? Okay, if you have understood, then solve the question. Take out your question paper. I hope you have one question. I think this is question number 11. Question number 11. If you have the hard copy, you should solve in the hard copy. Online students, you should also solve in your hard copy. And actually, this is not just a question paper. After your course is done, this will become one of the notes, because you would have done a lot of writing work. You should be doing a lot of writing. Whatever explanation I'm giving, okay, you should keep writing in the side. Okay, then it will become notes. Okay, that's the reason before starting the lecture itself, I gave you all, so that you can take a printout. So who is going to read the question? Sir. Okay, the reason for the measurement of astronomical distance in light year. What is the reason? A, B, C, or D? D. Speed of light is always same. Then it says option A says distance among stellar bodies do not change. Stellar body is something that they are in the space. Okay, and we studied yesterday, no, that after the Big Bang, the constant expansion is taking place. It means the distance is changing, no? Okay, option A wrong. Option B, gravity of stellar body does not change. Okay, so gravity of the stellar body, it is saying it is constant, and that is the reason why it is used. That is not the case. Okay, if it is going far away, if the size is reducing, so gravity ka formula you remember? Newton's law of this gravitation. So gravity is directly product of mass of two objects and a square of distance between the two objects. Matlab, more mass, more gravity. Less mass, less gravity. Simple. More mass, if you eat more, you will become fat, you will have more gravity. If you eat less, you will become thin, you will have less gravity. Are you understanding this? Now, gravity may be changing. Light always travel in a straight line. It is true to an extent, but here it says always travel in the straight line. That is not the case. Consider that this is a big big planet. Okay, consider this is a big planet. So bigger the planet, bigger the size, bigger the mass, more gravity. Okay, now light is coming, light is traveling through this. So gravity influences objects, it pulls the object toward itself. Gravity also influences light, so it will pull the light toward itself. Are you understanding this? Gravity pulls the light also. So if the light is being, like, it wanted to go straight actually, but because of very strong gravity, it was pulled and then it started going this way. Are you understanding this? So gravity can pull the light, it can change the direction of the light. So light not always travel in a straight line. Did you understand this? Okay, it means black hole, if it is there, black hole have very high gravity. Black hole have very high gravity, and when the light is passing through it, it has such a high gravity that it will catch the light, it will not even let it to reflect back. And when when the light is not reflecting back, the light is not coming into your eyes, can you see that object? You cannot see that object. You are able to see because light is reflecting and coming to your eyes now. And when the light is not reflecting only, are you understanding this? You cannot see that object. Are you understanding this? If I put the lights off, object will be there, but can you see? Because nothing is reflecting out. Are you understanding this? Okay. So black hole, why it is called as a black hole? Because it is not, you cannot see it. Why you cannot see it? Because it has very high gravity. So what? It absorbs the light also, does not allow it to reflect back. So nobody have seen black hole yet. Only through naked eyes you cannot see. You can see it with the help of technology, like different types of telescope you can see. Are you understanding this? This was a prelims question. वो आगे है, ठीक है? After in tomorrow's class we are going to solve that question also. So all story or whatever I will be telling you all or explanation, everything has to do something with your questions only. If there is a humor, उसमें भी there is somewhere question hidden. So our teaching, our story, everything is based on what UPSC have been asking. So nothing is out of the context. Okay. So college का teacher, ठीक है, college का teacher start giving you unnecessary information at time. You may not like it, ठीक है. And here everything is for your benefit. Okay. So answer D is correct. Speed of light is always same. Okay. This was simple question. Yes, sir. No. Speed of light is always constant. So that is basically, it's not the speed. The refractive index that you are talking about, that is the bending, no? That is not the speed. It is calculated different in the density of the medium. From a denser medium to the lighter medium or lighter to that of the denser, the bending of the light is taking place. No, that is wrong. Where have you read? That is a perception. Where it is saying that is not the case. Light ka speed is constant irrespective of any medium you take. Are you understanding this? Okay. Chalo, we are proceeding ahead now. So we have understood something. Okay, the closer distance, the far off distance. The closer distance is given some name. Okay, this is known as perihelion. Okay, this is known as perihelion. Just one. Perihelion, and this is known as aphelion. Okay, the closer distance perihelion and the far off distance aphelion. Okay, so we experience different weather, yes or no? Throughout the year the weather is not same, no? There is a difference in the weather, right? So there is a reason for the difference in that of the weather. So we'll understand it more by having completed this sun. So sun ka there is different layers. Okay, this is the interior of that of the sun, and there is exterior. There is an atmosphere also. So the innermost part of that of the sun is core, followed by radiative zone, followed by convective zone. These are three different layers. जैसे earth, तो earth के अंदर if you go, so there are three layers in the earth: core, mantle, crust. Likewise, core, radiative zone, convective zone. So remember we were talking about nuclear fusion reaction. That fusion reaction takes place in the core, and core is the hottest. 16 million degrees Celsius is the temperature. This much is sufficient enough. If we come to atmosphere of the sun, so atmosphere of the sun, जैसे our atmosphere is also divided into 4 layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, exosphere. Okay, so sun ka atmosphere is also photosphere, chromosphere, corona. We have heard this term somewhere. Yes or no? Corona. Huh? Yes. So corona got its name from the atmosphere of the sun actually. How? Observation. Observation. Can you observe something? Corona? Can you observe the term corona? So actually, how does corona ka atmosphere looks like? This is the actual corona. I hope you got it. So the virus got the name from the atmosphere or outer atmosphere of that of the sun. Are you understanding this? मजा आ रहा है? Okay. Okay. So now with respect to that of there is some phenomena. So everything is going in the context of sun. We are still on the sun only. So there is something called as a sunspot. You must have heard about one famous saying. The moon may have some patch, but your face is patchless. You know they चांद में भी दाग है, yes or no? ठीक है, but my love does not have any dog on the face and all. तो moon sun पे भी दाग है. Are you understanding this? This is called as a sunspot. Are you understanding this? Sunspot. So what is a sunspot basically? We studied one thing, that sun ka gravity is very high. What is the gravity of that of the sun? 28 times that of the earth. Yes or no? The gravity is 28 times that of the earth. So it is 274 meter per second square. More gravity matlab more pulling. Yes or no? So try to understand this, that sun pe nuclear fusion reaction is taking place, and this fusion reaction is doing what? Producing energy, heat energy, and heat energy mein what happens is, heat energy mein two molecules is there, and in between them when there is a heat energy, the molecule expand, na? When the molecule is expanding, density will decrease. Yes or no? When it is decreasing, that molecule will start to rise upward. Yes or no? Okay. So try to understand. So sun pe heat energy is being produced. So that heat energy will try to go away from sun. Yes or no? The sun ka energy, heat energy will be produced, then it will go out. Are you understanding this? Okay. But what then happens is, when the heat energy is trying to go away from the sun, it is being pulled back by the sun's own gravity. Gravity is also there, no? Very high gravity. So some is being pulled back also. Not all, some may escape, but some is being pulled back also. So when it is going, it was very hot than it was going. बहुत गुस्सा दिखा के जा रहा था. फिर मम्मी ने उसको वापस खींच लिया और शांत करा दिया, ठंडा करा दिया. Two balloon on the head and all the gussa is silent. Are you understanding? ठीक है. So if we ever happen to say कि I'm leaving the house and going, ठीक है, गुस्से में तो बोल दोगे, ठीक है. Then mummy will take out her weapon from the kitchen. Kitchen is a very dangerous place. ठीक है. All terror related objects are kept. ठीक है. So mummy will pull you back, ठीक है, and your anger will be extinguished. You will be more cooler. Are you understanding this? So when the heat is going out, it is hotter, but due to gravity, when it is being pulled backward, okay, it becomes relatively cooler. And that point is basically the sun ka spot. So sun ka spot in simple words are relatively cooler spots on sun. Sun ka spot is basically the cooler spots on the sun. I hope you're understanding this. Okay. So consider a scenario that basically you consider this N as the sun ka spot. Okay. So we know the sun is also rotating and you are earth. Okay. So when this cooler spot came towards you, you will feel relatively less temperature. Yes or no? Because this cooler spot is facing you, na? Okay. So in this condition, you were getting more temperature. But now when this spot is facing, at least those region, at least couple of you will be experiencing less temperature. It may happen not these people, but at least the one who is direct influence. So they will experience relatively lesser temperature. So sun ka spot or iska influence on the earth is, it reduces the temperature of the earth. Are you understanding this? Okay. It reduces the temperature of that of the earth. So what we have understood is earth is rotating, earth is revolving. We have also understood sun is also rotating, sun is also revolving. So what happens is this cooler spot, if this is the sun and this is the earth and it is constantly rotating, then it means almost every year the sunspot should be facing the earth. Okay, every year it should be facing, yani ki every year we should experience cooler temperature logically, but that does not happen. Why? Because earth ka rotation revolution time is different, sun ka rotation revolution time is different. So this point faces the earth once in every 11 years. It is not a every year phenomena, it is a 11-year phenomena. Once in 11 year it faces. Last time it happened in 2019. So next time it will happen in 2030. So it means 2019 would have been relatively cooler. Yes or no? 2019, when sunspot was facing the earth, it would have been relatively cooler. Yes, it was. Are you understanding this? Okay. It was relatively cooler. So consider कि winter में the temperature, let us say, goes as low as 10 degree. But 2019 का winter would have fallen much lower. It would have gone in minus. Are you understanding this? Because of sunspot. Okay. So in that context, can you say that it is a global cooling? No, you cannot say. Global cooling is not happening only. Global warming is happening now. Okay. And this was just one in a decade wala phenomena. So global warming is reality. This is just a temporary. Are you understanding this? At that time, what happened? In North America, Canada, Europe, the winter was very, very severe. It went to minus 20, minus 30 degree, very snowstorm, very cold. Okay. And at that time, there was president of the USA with brown hair, orange hair. No, it's not brown. Yes, with the orange hair. And he said, people all across the world is talking about global warming, global warming. See how cold it is. Where is the global warming? Okay. So this type of statement comes when a non-intellectual becomes a leader. Are you understanding this? Okay. So you should choose your leader who is intellectual in nature at least. So here we have understood something about the sunspot and its effect upon that of the earth. Okay. Now, solar waves. So these are basically the solar waves which is not being pulled back, can emit out, and it can go and destroy many other things. Okay. Now, what is the characteristic of the solar waves is it is very, very energized charged particle primarily made up of electrons and protons. Okay. Speed is 900 km per second. Can you imagine 900 km in 1 second? Speed is very, very high. And you see the temperature, 1 million degrees Celsius temperature. Very hot, very fast. So anything in its way will be destroyed. Are you understanding this? So it is more of a destructive in nature. Okay. And it is made up of plasma. Plasma is fourth state of matter. It is neither solid nor liquid nor gaseous. It is plasma. It is a fourth state of matter. Have you ever seen plasma? A fourth state of matter, have you ever seen? Or you have seen lightning. Have you seen lightning? Is it solid, liquid or gas? It is plasma. It is a fourth state of matter. Have you seen welding? Welding ka spark that is happening. Okay, that is the fourth state. Are you understanding this? Okay, you have seen. So this is also the fourth state of matter. Okay. So iska effect is, it is very dangerous in terms of this nature. So try to understand how does it affects is that as the plasma comes, these are called as the solar waves. Okay. So you consider a planet, and planet has a magnetic field around it. Planet has magnetic field. We are going to study in detail about magnetic field of the earth also. Consider magnetic field of the earth looks like this. Okay. Earth acts like a big magnet and it is a magnetic field. Okay. So earth ka there is a magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. Okay. Now this flares is so very strong. So what happens in this case is it is not just one, it is like many layer, this type of layer. Okay. So what happens is the sun ka the solar heat wave that is coming, most of them is getting reflected. तो अर्थ का मैग्नेटोस्फीयर, okay, magnetosphere, like we have atmosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, so there is magnetosphere also, magnetic field. Okay, simple words, earth ka magnetic field. So what is the job of this magnetic field? To prevent us from solar waves. ठीक है, it prevents us from solar waves, so most of them get reflected. Okay, but the solar waves is so strong that these other side वाला, ठीक है, other side का these radiations gets affected to certain extent. ठीक है, so it is like a wavy type of nature. Okay, the solar waves is so strong that over here it is able to bounce back, reflect back, but over here it creates some kind of influence. Okay, make it more and more wavy in nature. Okay, here it is not so straight enough, and at this point and this point, there is this field is relatively weak. यहाँ पे field is, magnetic field is strong, able to reflect back, magnetic field not strong. So what happened? This gets some opportunity to enter. Are you understanding this? Okay, so North Pole and South Pole में this gets some opportunity to enter, okay, in the Earth's atmosphere, and it creates some kind of chemical reaction. It creates some kind of chemical reaction in the space, and because of this reaction, the space looks red, green, yellow, orange. Are you understanding this? Okay, North Pole and South Pole में this is called as a aurora. Are you understanding this? This phenomena is called as a aurora. So north में it is called as aurora borealis, and south में it is called as aurora australis. Are you understanding this? Okay, we will come to this point once again. We have not understood magnetic field, we have not understood the atmosphere of the earth, so we will come to this point once again. Twice it will be repeated. Here we are only talking in the context of solar waves. ठीक है? Okay, now you can say this. So solar waves interact with magnetosphere. So see over here, we have this earth. Okay, we have earth, and earth ka magnetic field, and solar waves is coming somewhere, something from there. Okay, so how it is able to bend the other side of the magnetic field? So it affects the magnetic field. Another, it creates borealis, it creates auroras. So it is basically a chemical reaction that is happening in North Pole and South Pole. You cannot see from here. You have to, in order to see this, you have to go there. Okay, yes, so North Pole में aurora borealis, South में aurora australis. Understanding these things? ठीक है. And it is so very strong that at times it may strip away the Earth atmosphere or the planet's atmosphere. It is so very fast, no? It is 900 kilometers per second, very, very hot. So it have happened in the past that Earth ka atmosphere was thick enough. Earth ka atmosphere was thick enough, but this solar waves stripped away the Earth atmosphere, and Earth ka atmosphere is now reduced to so thin. Are you understanding? Yes. So you remember inner planets, outer planets? You remember I had told you inner planets ka atmosphere thin, outer planets ka atmosphere thick. Outer planets appear big because of their atmosphere. Inner planets appear small because of thin atmosphere. How come it became small? Because of solar heat waves. Are you understanding? Huh. So these planets have relatively thinner atmosphere. Okay, these planets have relatively thinner atmosphere. In past it used to be thick because of close proximity to sun, its atmosphere got stripped away. And since they are far from the sun, the solar waves could not reach or could not have strong influence until these area. So they continue to have stronger, bigger atmosphere. Understanding these things? Pakka? समझ में आ रहा? Okay. So now in this context, we can try to like solve one or two questions. Just last point about the sun, Lagrange point. So Lagrange point. So consider what is this Lagrange point. It is important to know because science and technology may it will come again. So you consider sun is there and you consider earth is there, okay, and earth is revolving around that of the sun in the elliptical orbit. At times it is close, at times it is far. Sun has certain gravity, yes or no? Earth also has certain gravity. Both have certain mass, no? Zero to nahi hai. But this will have more mass, so more gravity, less mass, so less gravity. But both can influence. Okay? So if I keep, let us say, a Cadbury, okay, so he will also try to pull, he will also try to pull. Are you understanding this? But there is a certain specific region, there is certain specific region. In that region, if I keep, okay, then what happens is the pulling by both of them is balanced. So neither he is able to pull it, neither he is able to pull it. So that balancing region is called as Lagrange point. Did you understand? That balanced wala region where none of them have more influence or both of them have equal influence. Those are called as Lagrange point. Okay. Now discovery of these things is very, very important. Okay, I'll tell you the application also. That there are between earth and sun. In the context of earth and sun, there are 5 Lagrange points. So one is here, another one is here, one is here, one is here, and the another one is here. Okay, there are total of 5 Lagrange points, and they are named as L1, L2, okay, then L3, L4, L5. Are you understanding? Online students, I hope you all are able to understand. Okay, so consider this. This is L3, L3, L4, and L5. So here in this context, try to understand application now. And you have this in the question also. See, if I want to see sun, can I see sun at night time? Can you see sun at night time? You cannot see, yes or no? So in order to have a constant 24 hours appearance of the sun, okay, you have to outside the earth, okay. But let us say you are here, okay, you are here. In that context, when you are here, then in that context, when the earth will come, it will block your view of the sun, yes or no? But if you are here, there is nothing to block you. You can constantly see the sun. So this point or Lagrange point 1 are usually used by the the scientist to have a constant view of the sun, to constantly study the sun. 24 hours mein what is happening, they want to know. So they will keep the satellite in this position to constantly see. Are you understanding this? Okay. So ISRO have come up with a project. In fact, it is launched also. Very good. Aditya L1. So L1 you have understood now. So Aditya is basically what? It is a satellite. It is a satellite. What is the use of the satellite? To see the sun, to study the sun. Where it is kept? In the Lagrange point 1. Are you understanding this? Okay. More about Aditya and the satellite you will study in space technology. Okay. I hope online students are also able to understand. Yes? You all are there now? Yes, sir. No, it is enhanced. I'll tell you the statement. If you read the statement, First statement, just read it loudly. Read it loudly, sir. So it means enhanced, the enhanced region of attraction and repulsion. So basically, it is a region where balance is taking place. It's not that the gravitational force is zero. It's not that. Both is applying it. None is weaker. So there is a balanced region. No. There are only 5 regions. You cannot just put it anywhere. So this is 1, see, if the earth is moving here, Lagrange point will also move there. Are you understanding this? Take it. So Lagrange point 2 will also move accordingly. It's not that it will be there. It is in motion. Are you understanding this? Okay, so try to see this. Can you see, first see sun, then see earth, blue wala is earth. Then just focus only on L1. Can you focus only on the L1? So L1, as the earth is revolving, L1 is also revolving in the same context. I hope you got this. Take. Can you proceed ahead now? Okay. Are you all still alive? Okay. So we are learning so many things. There are so many facts. There are so many concepts. Okay. There are chances that a point will come that you will feel exhausted. Okay. But who told you to do UPSC? Okay. So the thing is, as I said yesterday also, it is an evolutionary exam, not revolutionary. So what happens is, each one of us has potential, and this potential, the boost comes usually on the, like, when you are nearing the exam. It is very common in the student's life. Okay. So what happens is, like, be it any student, when it is like a 10th standard exam, a college exam, okay, even the weakest student can give the maximum effort in last few days and it will clear. But after clearing 10th standard, you are again a student. After clearing 12th, you are again a student. And after clearing graduation, you are nothing. You are neither a student nor an officer. Yes or no? But having cleared this, you become an officer. You don't have to study. Okay. Lavasana mein when you go, that is not study. That is like full enjoyment. Selection to ho gaya. Are you understanding this? Okay. So that part, that training is not actually studies. Okay. That is more of fun and enjoyment. Okay. So now the thing is, for this exam, last minute ka potential will not be sufficient. You have to maintain the very high potential from the very beginning, and to sustain it over a period of 1 year, 2 years is very difficult. Are you understanding this? That is the reason why normal students do not do it. Are you understanding this? Okay. For that, there needs to be abnormal set of motivation that should keep driving you throughout your preparation. Understanding this? Okay. So motivation should not be weak. Motivation should not be small enough that I will have a uniform. Okay. Then I will have a car or this bungalow and all. And if I go on the street, people will make way for me. Those are motivation of students. Officer ka, that is not the motivation, and that will be a short-term motivation. The motivation should be like, this is my father's dream, or this is my mother's dream, and if I do not do this, okay, my parents' dream will be shattered, and I cannot see them shattered. This kind of motivation will keep the fire inside you throughout your preparation. Are you understanding this? So you should have a relatively higher level of motivation to sustain this. Are you understanding this? You should not be motivated by the fact that she left me. I will clear this exam and show it to her. Are you understanding this? It should also not be that she have not left me, but her father is not saying yes. Okay, I'll clear this exam and go and ask for her hand. Okay. So yes, these motivation will not work. Are you understanding this? The same goes to the girl students also. He left me, I'll show him. I'll show him the woman empowerment. So it should not be that the case. Okay, so motivation should be big. Understanding this? Okay. It is not looking like geography. It's like full astronomy chal raha hai. Yes or no? A lot of technicalities are there. Okay. More will come. And if you are like showing some encouragement, I will be going much into the see, only two people wants your selection. One is your parent and another is us. Rest, nobody is coming to help you, neither monetarily, not emotionally, not through teaching. So if these two people are saying something, you should listen. Are you understanding this? Is any relative of yours is coming to help you? Relatives ka story everyone knows. Yes or no? If you happen to clear your UPSC, those people who will cry is your relative only. Yes or no? How come he cleared or she cleared? Okay. How come my child did not clear? Yes or no? Okay. So basically the thing is, not your friends. The friends will like encourage you, some may discourage you, but they will not help you in terms of giving fees of the classes. Are you understanding this? ठीक है, pocket money दे देगा, okay, but not in terms of the fees of the classes, not in terms of buying bulk of books for you. Okay, forget about them coming and teaching you these concepts. Only two people can help. Are you understanding this? Parents का सुनना है and teachers का सुनना है, because we really want you and we are working for you. Some may give you blessings, but your parents is working for you. We are working for you. Are you understanding this? So in your journey of this UPSC, we are there. Are you understanding this? So have that fire inside you, have that hopes and the confidence and the belief in the teacher and your parents. We will sail you. Are you understanding? Okay. We have seen many students, okay, having very high potential, but did not channelize it properly. We have seen many students with very less potential also, and they listen to us. We have helped them clear the exam. Are you understanding? Okay. Shall we proceed ahead? Okay. So online students, I hope you all are there. With respect to the 1 or 2 facts I wanted to share, that in the NCERT, that chapter, if you have read, you came across one table, right? Has anyone got their NCERT currently? 11th standard NCERT. You can just open this chapter number 2 ka, go to the last page. Go to the last page. Can you see this table? Can you see this table? It's not there in new edition. I'll give you. That's the reason why I'm giving you notes. Okay. So in that notes, I'm putting this. So if you see, this table. This is basically the geological time scale. It is a geological time scale. So try to understand. We have been knowing something, that Big Bang happened 13.7 billion years ago. After that, with respect to that of the sun, 5.9 billion years ago, sun formation. After that, we studied that there was formation of interior was forming and atmosphere formed, then the oceans were formed. Yes or no? After the formation of ocean, when the water came, the first life came. Yes or no? After that, we studied that marine organism, that is fish and all, they came. Then we studied, then amphibians came. Then we studied the reptiles came. Yes or no? After that, the mammals came. Yes or no? After that, the trees and all came. Then human beings and all, these all came. We know the chronology. Okay. And accordingly, you must be knowing the time scale also. Okay. We know something at least. When was the universe created? When was the sun created? Ocean was somewhat 3.9 billion years ago. Okay, and moon was somewhat 4.4 billion years ago. Okay, and some of these, the one that I've marked with the yellow color, relatively you should be knowing it. Okay, there are more points, but first one with the yellow color you should be knowing. So basically, we measure time in terms of seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, year, okay, decade, okay, century. What after that? So basically, these are the larger time scale. Okay, so basically, years or age, many years and age makes an epoch. Okay, many epoch makes a period, many period makes an eon, and so is the era, and so is the case with the eon. Are you understanding this? These are relatively larger of the previous one. Many seconds make minute, many minutes make hour, many hour make a day, something like that in that chronology. So you can expect one question over here, that you are supposed to arrange them in the order. Okay, supposed to arrange them in the order. So सबसे smallest is age, followed by epoch, then period, then era, and then the eon. Are you understanding this? Okay. So with respect to this simple, if you want to remember, EE Pia. Okay. So it is eon, era, period, this is epoch and age. You can remember it this way. So wherever there are a lot of data and facts and all, try to make some code and all and try to mug up. Okay. Chalo, shall we proceed ahead? Okay. With respect to nahi padhna hai? Okay. You want to study, na? Okay. So with respect to that of the planets, we have done some facts. Now it is rotation and revolution. So we'll take revolution today, rotation we will take tomorrow. Okay. So just the rotation part at least. And it is little bit conceptual, little bit scientific. So let us look into this. Okay. So over here, with respect to the revolution of that of the sun and the earth, moon and the earth, okay. So you see in this context that the earth is rotating and we know it is revolving around this Milky Way galaxy. Then the sun is also rotating and sun is revolving around that of the sun. What type of orbit it is? Circular, elliptical. It is an elliptical orbit. It means it is exactly not in the center. It is close and it is far apart. And moon is also revolving around that of the earth. So there is a lot of things that is happening. Okay. So with respect to this position is called as, the nearby position is called as, yes, the nearby position is called as perihelion. The far off position is called as aphelion. Same is in the context with that of moon and earth. When moon is close, perigee. When moon is far, apogee. Similar context. Okay. What is this distance? How much is the distance? 147 million kilometers. How much is distance? What is the average? 150 approx. What is that called as? Astronomical unit. Why astronomical unit is measured in light year? The speed of light is constant. Very good. The speed of light is constant. Okay. So we are now understanding revolution and then we will take rotation in tomorrow's class. Okay. So with respect to that of revolution, so over here there is this is called as the law of planetary motion. It is governed by this law of planetary motion. So what is this planetary motion? In terms of revolution at least, it is governed by the law of planetary motion. So there are three laws. Okay. One is the law of orbit. This is simple. What does the law of the orbit says? That the orbit is not circular, it is elliptical in nature. Simple. Okay. It is not circular, it is elliptical in nature, and sun is not exactly in the center. It is close and at times it is far off. Okay. Understanding this? Okay. Then the second is law of area. Law of area. We know that the bigger the object, greater is the gravitational influence. Yes or no? Greater is the gravitational influence. This object is big, so it will have more gravitational influence. It means if you go close to this object, don't you think it will pull you? Yes or no? And when you go away from this, then its gravitational influence will not affect you. Are you understanding this? So can you realize that in this position, the earth is very close to the sun. So its gravitational influence should pull it. Yes or no? The gravitational influence should pull. The distance is less, no? Okay, it have more influence. It should have pulled it, but it is not happening. And here it is quite far. The gravitational influence should have been very less. And since it is in motion, it should have been thrown away. Or yes or no? It should have been thrown away. Why it is getting pulled now again in this orbit? So logically speaking, it should have been pulled over here. Logically speaking, it should have been thrown over here. But both is not happening. It means something else is happening. Did you understand the context? Now what is that else happening? Now I will explain. Okay. So try to understand with this analogy. Okay. That there is a small kid. Have you ever run behind a kid? Yes. Have you ever tried running behind a kid? Were you able to catch a kid? you're not able to catch because they're more faster than you. Yes or no? So the thing is, this is you and this is that kid. And when you get close to the kid, what happens? Kid runs faster. Are you understanding this? Kid runs fast, but only for temporary purpose, temporary way. The kid also do not want to run so far that you are out of the sight of the kid, because then kid will start worrying. Are kahan gaya wo? Are yes or no? So the kid will be there in front of you, but you will not be able to catch. That also the same happens here. So basically, for a shorter distance, the Earth ka revolution is fast. Revolution, not rotation. 24 hours will remain 24 hours. To try to understand this by this demonstration, that this is sun and the Earth is coming, rotating, and it is happening. It is going this. Are you understanding this? So in this region, what did it do? It prevented the pulling by that of the sun. It went fast. I hope you understood this. Take care. And here in this position, so online, samne missing out. Online students, did you all see it? Acha, this should have been a little more here. Okay, so yeah, so what I was saying, this is sun, and when the Earth is revolving, I said revolving, not rotation. And the Earth is revolving, and here Earth is realizing that if I continue the same speed, he will pull me. So Earth will, revolve faster and escape that. So rotation ka speed is 24 hours. Rotation will be day and night will be just 24 hours only. Speed yahan pe faster, revolution. Now the Earth is here in this position. Another analogy. Try to understand. You must have. How many of you ride bike or bicycle? So when you take a turn, do you maintain the same speed or you increase the speed? Decrease the speed. Why? Centrifugal force. Very good. Someone said that. Because something which is in rotation, okay, something in rotation, there is a centrifugal force that is acting. Centrifugal force tends to throw the object away from the center. Yes or no? That is a centrifugal, throw it away. So when the Earth would have continued to maintain the same speed, and since the distance is also very far off, don't you think it would be thrown away? So what does the Earth do? It comes and it slows down. Are you understanding this? Then it maintains its momentum again. Are you understanding this? Had it continued with the same speed, it would have been thrown out. So at place, it is speeding up when it is close enough, and when it is far off, it is slowing down. Are you understanding this? In this way, in spite of having different distance, okay, difference in terms of the distance with respect to that of the Earth, okay, the Earth continues to be in the same orbit. Are you understanding this? Okay, else Earth would have been either entered into the sun or left the orbit altogether. Okay? So this is the law of this area, that this region that it covers whilst moving slow or fast remains relatively similar. It does not change more. And the third law is law of time. We are talking about revolution. So one complete revolution matlab 1 year. Okay? So the third one is law of time. How much time does the Earth takes to complete one revolution? 365 days. 365 days. Are you understanding this? Okay. So let me ask you. Consider the Earth, Sun. Consider Sun. Consider the planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay. In this context, try to understand. That if you know this formula, speed equals to distance upon time. Everyone knows this formula? Yes, speed is distance upon time. So can I write it this way also? Time is equals to distance upon speed. Can I write it this way also? So from here, can I deduce that time is directly proportional to distance? Yes or no? It means more the distance, more will be the time taken. Yes or no? More distance, matlab more time taken. Okay. So keep this in mind and come to this position. We have Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And I'm saying for one revolution, how much time Earth is taking? It is taking 365 days, okay, and 6 hours. So having, it is at this distance, it is taking 365 days. So this Venus ka orbit will be smaller than the Earth ka orbit. Mercury का orbit will be much smaller than Venus का orbit. यानी orbit मतलब complete path. तो इसका मतलब Mercury is का distance less, उससे ज़्यादा Venus का distance, उससे ज़्यादा Earth का distance, and so on and so forth. Yes or no? So if the Earth is taking 365 days, Venus will be taking less than 365 days. Mercury will be taking much less than that of the Venus. Mars will be taking more time than that of the Earth. Jupiter more than Mars, and so on and so forth. Are you understanding this? Means closer the planet to the sun, smaller the orbit, lesser is the time of 1 year. And as you move accordingly, as the distance keeps on increasing, the area of the orbits will keep on increasing and it will take more and more time. So which planet will have smallest year? Which planet will have longest year? Neptune. I hope you understood this. Okay? Because as the distance increase, time taken for that revolution will also increase. Okay? But it is not a straight distance. It is a orbital distance. It is a orbital distance. And here you don't need to mug up the formula. Okay, since it is elliptical in nature, so there is a formula for this also. But I usually do not suggest that students should be remembering this formula, because UPSC will never ask. Okay, so the formula is this. Okay, the formula is this. It is on the similar line. T square is equal to 4 pi square R1 plus R2 the whole cube upon G R square. So I'll try to simplify it. Time square. Okay, what is R1 and R2? R1 and R2 is nothing but the distance. Okay, you consider this distance as R1 and you consider this distance as R2. Matlab R is nothing but average of these two distance only, no? Average distance. Okay, this is smaller distance, this is bigger distance, so I have to take an average distance. Okay, so here it is. So R1 plus R2. Okay, that, and there is other numbers also, and we finally come to this conclusion: the time taken by one planet for its one revolution is calculated by so and so formula. Can I relate over here? Can I say T square is directly proportional to R1 plus R2 the whole cube? Yes or no? Time square is directly proportional to distance ka cube. So it is something similar to this only, no? More distance, more time. More distance, more time, directly proportional. Are you understanding this? Even if you do not remember this thing, that is still okay. ये तो याद ही नहीं करना है. ठीक है? You know this much? ठीक है. So if I want to make a chronology, हो गया chronology. Are you understanding? Okay. If you have understood, open your question paper. Let me see if you have understood this or not. You come to this question number. Online students also should come to this question number 18 and 19. Question number 18 and 19. Both you can first solve question 19. 19 is easy. Chalo, quickly From here, ma'am, read question number 19, please. Everyone on question number 19, read loudly. Okay, what is the answer? Among the following, which planet will take? So the one which is at the far off distance, okay, that will take the maximum time. So in the option, what is the answer? Jupiter. And had not been the Jupiter, in general, what is the answer? Neptune. Neptune. Yes or no? Here, question number 18. Ma'am, you read this question, please. Question number 18. True. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. So Mars is at a more distance than that of the Earth. So Mars ka revolution will be more time taking than that of the Earth. Okay. And it is saying planet Mars will take less time. Wrong, no? So assertion is false. From that statement itself, can we get to know the answer? Which is the option which says that A is false? D only, no? Okay. And rest of the option says both, matlab A is true. A, B and C mein, it says A is true. Okay. Chalo, we should be knowing the reason also. The diameter of planet Mars is less than that of the Earth. The diameter of Mars is half the size of the Earth, no? Yes or no? And here say diameter of Mars is less than that of the Earth. True. So reason is true, assertion is false. Answer is D. So actual diameter of planet has nothing to do with the revolution ka time. This is just to confuse you. Understanding this? Okay? Done? Okay. So we just counted the number of questions that we did today. We did 8 questions. Okay. How many were able to mark all the 8 questions correctly? Okay. Very good. 4, 5, 6, 7 students are there. Very good. How many? At least 5 plus 5 plus. How many less than 5? Anyone with less than 5? No problem. Even if it is like less in the initial days, that is not a problem at all. Okay. Chalo, we'll meet you all tomorrow. And just one request. Okay. You question a lot. You should question. Okay. You should answer. If I will not be asking, I may not ask to individual students. Okay. But you answer. If I happen to ask some question, you answer on your own. I said yesterday, na, besharam ban ke banna hai. You cannot have a shy officer. Okay? So you remove that college wala attitude. Okay? And to stop bothering ki people will laugh at me. I don't know even the basic one. You don't know, that is the reason why you are here. If you knew it, why would you have come here? Yes or no? So we all are here to learn. And you should not feel what others are feeling about you. Okay? So you should be just blunt enough, okay, to question and to answer. So we'll meet you all tomorrow's class. Rotation, we will continue from the rotation point onwards, okay. And today's class I'm giving in next 5 minutes, okay. Any doubts to any student? Any doubts? No doubts? Okay. So tomorrow ke liye just read the notes and come. And PPT, solar system ka, did I give the PPT? Solar system PPT of solar system, that is also given. Okay, so at least just refer it once and come. Okay, chalo. Take care everyone. Goodbye. Good night. Okay, this online student, there is one. Nitin, are you there? Yes, Nitin, are you there? Okay, you had this doubt, no? Okay, you be there. I'll help you. There is one online doubt. You all can continue. Question number 5. Okay. This question, right? Okay, so here are you stuck in any specific option, or you want me to explain all? Yes, any specific option or all? Confused with option A? ठीक है, चलो. So I'll draw this diagram and then explain. So option A says the Goldilocks zone is the limit of habitable zone above the surface of the earth. So I'm drawing this. What does the statement it's saying? You consider it is the earth, okay, and there is some habitable zone above the surface of the earth, okay. This is not atmosphere ka diagram I'm drawing, okay. This is a, as per the question, it is a habitable zone which is above the surface of the earth, okay. Option A means this, but that is not the case now. This Goldilocks zone is basically that zone where the temperature is neither too high nor too low, and the water can sustain in the liquid form. It is not only in the context of that of the earth. Earth is in the habitable zone of our solar system. So earth lies in the Goldilocks zone, but Goldilocks zone does not means anything or any zone above the surface of the earth. Did you understand?